What if I told you? What if I told you that you have been lied to your whole life about the Gaelic gods? Completely lied to about the Gaelic gods, and you've been educated out of what the Gaelic gods were. They disappeared. They seem to have disappeared. We don't really feel the energies of the Gaelic gods anymore. They're not in our bones anymore. That's how we feel now. And we have Jesus. And I know the people say to me in the comments, Jesus is the only way. But let's wait for a second. Let's talk about, why did the Gaelic gods disappear? Well, in Ireland, we had the fosterage system, where a child would go to another clan and learn skills, learn about spirituality, learn about who they were, help them remember who they were, connect them in with the land, connect them in with hunting skills, the skills they needed to be a self-sufficient Gaelic man who doesn't need to supplicate to the system. Now, that system, the Brehan system, the beautiful Brehan system that we had, needed to be taken over and destroyed. And the gods needed to be taken over and destroyed, because that was the source of Gaelic power. That was the source of Gaelic power. So it had to go. It had to go. Because Ireland was too strong of a system to destroy the country. So the Brehan system, the fosterage system, the connection to the Gaelic gods all had to go. So of course they took over the education system. And today, some people would say that we have an education system that destroys the love of learning. That kids go in excited about learning, and they come out never wanting to learn again, hating learning. Some people would say that. And the education system, the incredible education system we had in Ireland, was destroyed. It went. They got rid of it. That was one of the first things. They had to get rid of the language. They had to get rid of the incredible education system we had. That was clan-based education system. There was experience-based education system. There was education system that built a love for knowledge and a love for learning. Because the most important thing is being able to continue learning after your education is over. Continuing education. Having a love for learning. Wanting to learn. Wanting to learn. The other thing was the language. They built a system of teaching a language that made us hate our own language. Peg, I had to read Peg, but it's the verbs and the grammar. And if any child who learned English, grew up learning English, if you began teaching them grammar and the verbs in the past tense, the future tense, and the past participle, so they would never learn English. They would just hate the concept of learning English. What builds a love of learning a language is seeing people feeling connection with people, maybe a father, maybe a mother, feeling this connection and wanting to be able to communicate with them. I heard a comedian once talked about, he learned Spanish. And he learned Spanish because he met a girl in South America somewhere where they spoke Spanish. And he learned Spanish because he wanted to be able to communicate her in her language. Even though she spoke perfect English, he wanted to be able to communicate with her in her language. And it's connection that makes us want to learn. Connection. Not reading about Peg in west of Ireland, who was in Dublin, had no interest in. There was no connection. We didn't understand her and her life. And when you're teaching verbs and grammar, it's not where you start. I'm doing Irish with Molly at the moment, but I went straight to the conversation part. She starts with the grammar, and I was like, I don't want to know. I want to start with the conversation part. I want to have a conversation. And later I'll go back to the grammar if I want to. So it's connection. But it's also our connection with our gods that had to be destroyed. Had to be destroyed. Because that's where our power is. That's what our power is. When you think of the goddess Ériu, the goddess Ériu is the rivers, the streams, the ground. When you walk on the grass, when you're visiting the beautiful place, when you walk into the beautiful Glendalough lakes and feel the water, the molecules of water all around, you feel it on your bare skin, and you're going deeper and deeper into this, deeper and deeper down into this beautiful, clean, perfectly clean water. And I would also say that about the beaches in the west of Ireland. The beaches in the east of Ireland haven't been kept to the same standard, but the beaches in the west of Ireland are stunning and beautiful. It's beautiful beaches in the east for sure as well. It's not the same cleanliness of water. And it's the connection with the Irish gods that it goes. So the goddess Ériu is the beautiful rivers, the beautiful streams, the ground. Even the air that we breathe, when we drink water, the goddess Ériu is going in and giving us power. And when we breathe, when you take a deep breath, now what I would suggest is one big deep breath in and one half breath out. Deep breath in, half breath out. You're taking the power of the goddess Ériu inside you, and it goes all around your body, and it's giving you Gaelic energy. Gaelic energy all around your body. And people say, well, no, it's just gases we're taking in. Yeah, it's energy you're taking in. It's power. It's excitement you're taking in. And how you know that, just stop breathing for 5 minutes and see how much life you have, how much energy, how much excitement you have left in your body. You're breathing in the goddess Ériu's excitement for life. You're breathing in her power, her energy when you breathe in. This had to be taken from us. This truth, this absolute truth had to be taken from us, and we had to be given the scientific explanation. Oh, it's a mixture of gases. No, it's power. You're breathing in the goddess Ériu's power every second of every day. That is making you powerful. If you can stop, we won't do it now. We'll do a meditation another time. But if you can stop and concentrate now on your breathing and feel the power coming in within you when you breathe in, and when you breathe out, all of the negativity, all of the toxins that come into your body through whatever, our modern food system, our modern, so all the toxins, you notice you can breathe them all out again and be completely free of them. But let's not go into a meditation now. But the gods had to be taken away from us. So that's the source of our power as Gaelic people. And yes, I want to talk about it, because everyone comes on to me, Jesus. Oh, Jesus is the only way. Jesus said, I am the truth, the way, the life. No one come to the Father except through me. Yes, absolutely. And I do not discount Jesus for 1 second. I grew up as a Catholic. I love Christians. I think Christians are really, really good people in general. I know everyone's unique. Everyone could be bad and good people, but in general, Christians are really good people. But you've been lied to about what he says. He says, I am the truth, the way, and the life. Yes. But he said it in either Aramaic or Hebrew. He was a Jew. So he said it in either Aramaic or Hebrew. In Hebrew, I don't know about Aramaic, but I think it's similar, but in Hebrew, I am Yahweh. It's not a direct translation. Things don't translate directly. Same as the idea of crack in Ireland. It doesn't directly translate into fun. It's much more. It talks about much more. It's about the culture, about who Irish people are. The word crack, there's no direct translation. And just like Yahweh, the Hebrew language is very complicated. It's each letter corresponds to a number, and Yahweh, I'm going to try to say it the way the Jewish people say Yahovah. I can't do it, but a Jewish person will tell you exactly what Yahweh. There's a specific way to say it in the Hebrew language, and it means I am, yes, but it's a lot more than what the English I am is. It's about the connection. Yahweh is about the connection to the divine. It's about if you can take 1 second and notice and say in your head, close your eyes and say in your head, I am that I am. Say that, but don't say it out loud like I did, just say it. I am that I am. Now, as you say that, and as you see yourself saying it, no sound has come out of your voice. And what is that noise that has no sound? What is that? What is that? If you can see yourself making a movement, without doing it, do it in your head. What is that movement that has no movement? What is that I am that's seeing you do that now? That is what the Hebrew I am is about. It's a lot deeper than the English I am. And I am in French as well. A lot of people have pointed out that I am in French, je suis, could be translated into Jesus too. It's similar words, similar letters. So could je suis in French could be translated into Jesus too. So Jesus, the I am. He's talking about, when he says I am the truth, the way, the life, he's talking about something much, much deeper. So then you come on to me and say, well, Jesus said he's the only way. No, he's not saying that. He's saying connect with the great I am in your way. In your way. So if you're Buddhist, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, if your God is Allah and you read the Quran, or you're Jewish and you're interested in the Torah and Kabbalah, Jesus is not saying that all these people, because they don't believe in him, go straight to hell. He's not saying that. And he's not saying that you have to be exclusive to Jesus and you cannot connect in with your power as a Gaelic man. You cannot connect in with your Gaelic gods. You cannot remember who you are as a Gaelic man. He's not saying that. That's a mistranslation. That's a misunderstanding. That's never what he was saying. But the ancient Irish gods, the incredible goddess Ériu, the goddess Brigid, and Lugh, the sun god, which doesn't mean, the sun's here, let's all bow down to the sun. It was never about that. It was never about that. It's about the power within you. It's about you getting your power from standing in the sun and taking in the sun's power. Taking in the sun's power, let the energies go through you. That's what it was always about. We have been told that the only way to connect with God is to bow down to someone. That comes from the kings. That comes from them wanting you to bow down to them. But you have the power. You don't have to bow down to anyone. You don't have to supplicate. God is within you. You can connect to Lugh, the sun god. You're not worshipping the sun. That's a complete misunderstanding of what the Gaelic people did. You're not it's not a sun worship. It's about understanding, okay, maybe on some level there's an all that is. There's a God all that is on some level who we'll all connect with at one stage. But there's aspects of that. There's an aspect within you. You have an Anamkara. You have a Anamard. You have a warrior self who is an aspect of you, but is also an aspect of God who will give you, can see things that you can't see, and will give you information, will give you feelings, will allow you to feel that feeling that lets you know what's right for you to do in your life. You are the power. You have the power. And if you want to connect in with Jesus, absolutely. If you want to connect in with Muhammad, absolutely. If you want to read the Bhagavad Gita, which I've bought it and I've been meaning to read it, I haven't done it. But whatever your way is, but remember who you are. Remember, the Gaelic gods are here to make you feel powerful, to make you remember who you are. And they want you to forget who you are and forget your connection to the Gaelic gods and forget your connection to the all that is. Whatever way you want to describe that. And if that's Jesus for you, that's absolutely fine. But Anthony de Mello said, who was a Jesuit, so he would have known all about Jesus. But Anthony de Mello said, if your religion, if your spirituality isn't making you feel this, if your spirituality isn't giving you this feeling, isn't making you feel this, isn't making you feel this power from your stomach that rushes up in your blood, if your spirituality is making you feel this, what are you spiritual for? What are you spiritual for? Thank you, Anthony. You're so right. So don't let them make you forget who you are. Don't allow them to ensure that you forget about the Gaelic gods. You are powerful. You are Gaelic. You are powerful because Ériu is inside you and you have her power pulsing through your veins. You are powerful because Lugh is shining down on you and giving you power through the sun, through the Gaelic sun. And you're powerful because you're connected to this land and your ancestors' DNA is in this land. That's why you're powerful. Don't let them take that away from you.